Welcome to Destination Universal, where we talk about everything Universal Studios related. Today, we're going to be going into the history of Jimmy Neutron's NickToon Blast. But before we get into that, we need to talk about the Nickelodeon past first. Let's get started. Nickelodeon, or Nick, is a TV channel which first launched on April 1st, 1979 as the first cable channel for children. The network's programming is primarily aimed to children at 2 to 17. In the 80s, Nickelodeon became more popular. It started airing shows such as Double Dare, Hey Dude, and You Can't Do That on television. On June 1st, 1990, in Orlando, Florida, a theme park opened to the public named Universal Studios Florida.
Now, the people who have brought you the magic of Hollywood for over 75 years want to bring it to you like no one else can. To take you inside the heart of a working motion picture and television studio to watch real filmmaking in action and share the secrets, the spectacle, the glamour that have made not only great entertainment, but entertainment history. Universal Studios Florida, premiering in Orlando, spring 1990. It's the greatest Hollywood production ever.
Nickelodeon and Universal Studios Florida made a deal where Nickelodeon would have their own studio inside of the park where Nickelodeon can film their shows while guests of Universal could take a 45-minute tour and watch the shows being made. Fast forward to October 20th, 2002, Universal announced that they would be closing the Funtastic World of Hanna-Barbera and opening a brand new attraction featuring all the Nicktoons. The ride would be called Jimmy Neutron's NickToon Blast. Production on the ride film and concept art for the ride was done in 2001 and was finished through early 2003. The rebuilding of Hanna-Barbera into Jimmy Neutron lasted about 5 months and 2 weeks, currently the second shortest ride in Universal Orlando Resort's history behind the change from Earthquake. Jimmy Neutron started previews in late March of 2003 known as technical rehearsals. Jimmy Neutron's NickToon Blast was officially opened by Universal on April 11th, 2003. In Jimmy Neutron's NickToon Blast, the outside queue area where people would wait in line features several television screens that shows various Nicktoons on a loop. The guests are then taken into a pre-show area where the storyline for the ride would be revealed. When the ride was first opened, the queue video showed clips from Hey Arnold, Invader Zim, and Ren and Stimpy.
Want to look as cool, as chic, as square as the Nicktoons? Then check out the Nicktoons Wardrobe Wagon. Whether it's those Ultra Cubist square pants or a signature Dill Pickles diaper. Whether you like high-tech or low-tech, the Nicktoons Wardrobe Wagon will tune you up good.
Later on, though, they showed clips from the new Nicktoons such as Danny Phantom, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and Cat Scratch. It is now pre-show time. When the demonstration starts, Jimmy Neutron introduces himself, Goddard, and Carl to the audience, and then Jimmy instructs Goddard to give a layout of Nicktoon Studios.
This is where the Rugrats live. 0.27 clicks east southeast of that is Arnold's neighborhood. And right here, precisely at sea level, is Bikini Bottom. And of course my rocket lab, where we are right now. Finally, it's with great pleasure and pride that I present to you the Model 4! Wow!
Shortly thereafter, an alarm goes off on Jimmy's computer. The VOX-9000 alerts him that an intruder is on the premises. After a quick inspection of the lab, everything seems to be normal until a laser starts cutting the wall behind Jimmy, Carl, and Goddard. Ooblar shows up dressed as a tourist.
Yolkian! So, Jimmy Neutron, my own nemesis. We meet again. I hope Nemesis means party. What are you doing here? You left this on my ship. And as
And then my A-Gobbies would use it too, and save the Earth!
Saving the Earth was my idea.
What the hell? Just give me that ship!
Ooblar. Jimmy, you gotta stop him! Too late, Neutron! I claim this rocket in the name of the Union. Carl, the remote! Give me that! Oh, thank you.
Okay, Carl, I couldn't help it, Jim. You used some kind of space alien mind meld on.
Come on, Carl! We got to stop Ooblar!
After this happens, Jimmy asks the audience to follow them in the Mark I rocket that he will pilot by remote control, while he, Carl, and Gardar follow in the Mark II. At this point, the screen goes black and the guests are ushered into the rockets while the ride starts. Right in front of the audience is a giant metal door with a large N for Neutron on the front. All of a sudden, the door opens and all the rockets follow Jimmy, Carl, and Gardard out through a hole in the wall and enters NickToon Studios. There are lots of NickToon cameos to spot throughout the aerial pursuit, but this part of the ride has the most. Jimmy then warns the audience to watch out for the giant slime tower as the rockets head towards Arnold's neighborhood. Straight ahead is the Rugrats soundstage where the characters are enjoying a Reptar-themed birthday party at Tommy Pickles' house. As Jimmy Rocket swoops to follow Ooblar through the house, Goddard activates his Roboclaw on Jimmy's command and grabs Angelica, who is then carried through the house and up the stairs. The Rockets then crash through an upstairs bedroom window as Angelica is dumped on the bed and enter the Fairly Odd Parents soundstage, where Jimmy asks Cosmo and Wanda to help them. However, Cosmo's antics gets them in the way, and Wanda asks to give his wand to Carl to help stop Ooblar. Then, Carl makes Ooblar disappear to the Yolkian planet, and Wanda grants Jimmy's wish to follow him. On the Yolkian planet, Jimmy, Carl, and Goddard meet up with King Goobot, who introduced them to Plutar, a gigantic alien chicken from the movie. While trying to flee from Plutar, the Mark IV is destroyed by her breath while simultaneously causing Jimmy's rocket to lose power and Ooblar to be turned into a fried egg. Carl uses Cosmo's wand to return to Earth, where they crash land into Bikini Bottom, where SpongeBob and Patrick are jellyfishing. SpongeBob is excited to see a rocket-powered jellyfish, Jimmy's rocket, and immediately gives chase by diving off a cliff onto Jimmy, and then being pulled along behind the rocket in water-skiing fashion. While hastily cruising around Bikini Bottom, Jimmy's rocket collides into a Krusty Krab, causing Mr. Krabs to unintentionally hitch a ride along with SpongeBob. Then, Jimmy drags SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs to a large pipe that leads back to Jimmy's rocket lab. As the water drains into the floor, a very angry King Goobot shows up and traps Jimmy and Goddard in a floating bubble while forcing the audience and Carl to listen to the chicken dance as the seat moves and bounces to the song.
Besides, what could I do?
Carl manages to break free from the hypnotic music and uses Cosmo's wand, which he still has, to blast King Goobot's staff, where he controls the music and the bubble. Jimmy and Goddard are free, and King Goobot is reduced to a quivering mass after his shell is broken. Carl then starts wishing a ton of llamas as Jimmy thanks the audience for saving the universe. The door with the large N closes, and the ride attendants congratulate the guests on a job well done. Like the Funtastic World of Hanna-Barbera, after the show, guests are escorted into an interactive area where they can interact with various technologies geared towards children. This area holds various logos, signs, and props from old Nickelodeon shows, including a pipe from Double Dare 2000 and a sign from All That. There are also character meet and greet areas where guests can meet SpongeBob. Jimmy Neutron also made appearances in the attraction's earlier days. In June of 2008, the signs from the old Nickelodeon shows were taken away and replaced with signs from newer Nickelodeon shows, such as the Naked Brothers Band and iCarly. Following that area is a gift shop called Nick Stuff, where Nicktoons and Nickelodeon merchandise can be purchased, such as Jimmy Neutron merch, SpongeBob merch, and a whole lot of other merch. The ride received a mixed to negative reception from guests and theme park fans. Most believe that the attraction does not outdo the previous ride. Most described Nicktoon Blast as being a duplicate of the original, with a Nicktoon theme. Also, more people described it being a little boring and too kiddish. Some received the ride positively. The website Orlando Rocks gave it a positive review, stating, Move over, Hannah. This ride is wonderful. In conclusion, on March 14th, 2011, Universal Orlando Resort announced that Jimmy Neutron's NickToon Blast would be operating on a seasonal schedule starting on April 1st, 2011. The ride officially closed on August 18th, 2011. The ride was replaced with Despicable Me and Minion Mayhem. Jimmy Neutron's NickToon Blast was a must-ride attraction for any die-hard Nickelodeon fans and kids all alike. In my opinion, the ride that replaced the NickToon Blast is a worse ride than NickToon Blast. Should Universal bring back Jimmy Neutron's NickToon Blast? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new here. With that being said,
Got a blast!